Hey everyone! So today I want to dive into this new legislation that's been making waves. It's all about eligibility verification for benefits.
It's a pretty big deal, and I think it's super important for us to understand how it could affect so many people out there. So, let's break this down.
First off, the new legislation introduces this eligibility verification measure, right? Basically, it's a way for the government to check if people have savings that exceed certain limits when they're claiming benefits. It's kind of like a safety net, but it also raises a lot of questions about privacy and fairness. Like, how far are they going to go to verify all this? And then, there's the Department for Work and Pensions, or the DWP.
They're the ones responsible for handling this whole process. Their role is crucial because they need to ensure that the system is running smoothly and that those who genuinely need help are getting it.
But, there's also this pressure on them to crack down on fraud, which is a huge issue. Speaking of fraud, let's talk about the thresholds that could trigger investigations.
The DWP has released specific guidelines that, honestly, could feel a bit invasive. It's like, are they going to be watching every single penny? It makes you think about how vulnerable people might feel in this situation.
Now, let's get into the financial impact. Did you know that fraud and error in the welfare system costs taxpayers around £10 billion annually? That's massive, and since COVID-19, there's been a staggering £35 billion wrongfully paid out.
Wow, that's a lot of money that could have gone to support legitimate claims. It's frustrating, but it's also a reminder of how critical it is to keep the system in check. Looking forward, the Public Authority's Fraud, Error, and Recovery Bill aims to reclaim about £1.5 billion over the next 5 years. The government is also trying to recover a broader £8.6 billion, which is, a big deal.
It's like they're trying to clean up a mess that's been building up, and while I get the need for that, it does raise concerns about how this will affect everyday people. And here's where it gets a bit more personal.
So, financial institutions will now be required to monitor accounts and flag excessive capital amounts. This means claimants have to be super diligent about reporting their savings to the DWP.
It puts a lot of responsibility on individuals, which can be overwhelming. I mean, just thinking about having to keep track of your savings under a microscope hits a lot.
But here's the silver lining. The DWP has assured us that the current caps on claimant capital will continue for the next couple of years, so at least there's some stability there.
It's a small comfort, but I think it's vital to recognize that not everything is shifting all at once. So, wrapping this up, understanding this new legislation is crucial, especially for anyone who might be impacted by it.
I mean, it's not just about the numbers, it's about real people's lives.
It's easy to feel anxious or even a bit angry about these changes, but I think it's important to channel that energy into making sure we're informed and ready to advocate for ourselves and others. If you found this useful, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and drop a comment below.
Let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for listening, and remember, even in tough times, there's always something to be grateful for, like the chance to learn and grow from these experiences. Stay strong, everyone.